Welcome back to News Inside. The labor crisis gets deepening and deepening and, just going deep and deep and deep and deep. There doesn't seem to be any solution in sight. But from what I've noticed, Obi has been quiet on labor and focusing on the obedient. But will I say Malam Abure or Chief Abure or Comrade Abure has been talking, suspended so many members of the party and all, even the one governor that they have.
Yeah.
And now he has said that they should not let him spill the beans. That if he does that, all the officials will be like rotten egg, smelling everywhere. Those are huge statements to make.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem Labour is going to come back from this free fall that it is. Okafor.
Yeah, well, sometimes they say if it doesn't get so bad, becoming good can be difficult. While you were talking, I was just searching for a place that is of really concern to me, in the midst of the missiles that he released, even though he claimed they are just mid-range missiles. The long-range missiles are coming, according to him. but let me just read it. I was just saying, addressing some party members in the Federal Capital Territory, Abure said, I want to challenge all of them. I was watching television and I saw some of them talking about corruption. Today, I want to challenge all of them, not on all of them, from Peter Obi down, that contested the election. Our only interest, most likely, and oftentimes is going to be including Peter Obi. Why? Because even when Abure suspended people the other day, he suspended Oti, he suspended the likes of Kingibe and then Kocha them, and refused to suspend Nenadi because he doesn't believe Nanadi is a member of LP. And Obi's case, they still left Obi that his case is still being considered. So I was thinking that in this case, Obi's case, we should still be considered.
Obi brought them to limelight.
Yeah, but now, including him in a very weighty, not direct allegation, generic allegation like this, I think Obi should take it up and probably call Abure to speak those things you think you are going to say. Well, I will start smelling like a rotten egg anywhere I go, because he included him on the list by saying all of them. I said from P to B downward. Please, can you say those things that happened or I asked you to do or you did for me or anybody did for me or for you, wherein if people know, I would now smell like a rotten egg. I think Obi has that duty anytime he sees this publication, And Abure should also come out clearly, not make a statement that can, tarnish somebody's image and now go back. Something like I just tell you, I say, Peter, don't allow me to talk. Or if I speak now, people will not greet you again, and I'll now go back. That's defamation already. Because I will lead people translating what that could mean. And it could mean many things to many people.
So many things.
So I think Obi should take that up. My personal opinion on that matter. But whether Labour will come together, never say never. Anything can happen. But one thing I've always said is that even though Labour as a party are able to put themselves together, and Obi wants to run again, he's going to need coalition to actually not labor in vain. I know why I'm saying this. Voting is one part. Counting of your vote is one part. Protection of your vote in some form are part of the counting. And standing for your mandate are part of the counting. Being accepted and being distributed, let your candidacy, your vote be distributed across Nigeria is also part of the counting.
All right, Peter. The other people like OT, Obi, apart from Nenadi that tried to prove herself by showing her card, they've not been talking much about Labour. It's only Abure that has been spilling so many things, talking here and there. Do you think it's maturity or they just want to ignore him?
No, it's not. See, when there's a fight, it depends how you want to take the fight. Some might want to fight dirty. Some might want to fight based on the technical issues. Like I said, Obi coming to clear himself. I don't think Obi should do that. Abure has been trying to drag Obi properly into this. You notice he had distanced himself from it.
Yeah.
He has stayed away. This was just to drag Obi into it. And why I'm concerned about this, he said from what he read, he was watching TV, he saw some people. Why don't you address those people that spoke about corruption, said they were corrupt? You know them. You were watching people on TV, you saw some people say Abure is corrupt. Probably that simply means Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C was on TV and they said I'm corrupt. Talk about those persons. Let's stop generalizing the issue. I remember the issue between Obasanjo, I think, some years. Everybody came out and said, if I open my mouth and say, I think will be gone. Till now, he didn't say anything.
Now
But that destroyed Atiku. People were just wondering. People were just speculating. He gave room for all manner of speculations. That's what is playing out here. And I'm not holding forth for Obi. For every party to survive, every elected member of the party usually contribute for the upkeep of the party. If this set of elected people from Labour have not been contributing, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. This is a platform with which you won an election. What is your commitment to that platform? You should contribute for the secretariat. That is the standard practice everywhere. Where do you think parties get money from? So these fights, money is part of it. This fight is, to me, it has gone too long. And as it stands, for me, I might be wrong here.
Talking about,
but I think Labour is gone.
Talking about OT and Abure, there is also a statement that Abure made specifically for about OT. He said, when I met him at Transcorp, he asked me, Chairman, that is OT now addressing Abure. He asked me, Chairman, what do I do for you? Abure said, nothing. Which was pre-election.
But which is normal.
Which is nothing. Put your money together and use it for election.
But there's nothing. But there's nothing wrong.
I'm coming. We supported them, but today the party has no one naira from any of them. Not from the governor that a governor elected that we have suspended now, or from the senators. You see, it's easy to accuse people of corruption or whatever, but these are statements made by Abure openly. You know, somebody that supported the pre-election, if this is true, that you even ask them, what do I do for you? You say, no. Put your money together. Go, use it to go for campaign. I don't think that person might have been a sellout and you end up winning that election, at least in your own matter. I don't also see how in your own matter, that's not to say whatever they are doing elsewhere, that the person is so corrupt and has not supported you, if this is what happened. Do you understand? And it's always easy to be whiter than white. You know, I've always said it that not holding forth for Abure or any of them. The Supreme Court said they should go to their constitution. However they understand it, that's their business. Okay? Abure has been there. You people came, they gave you a platform, they work with you people. In anything you are going to do, you have to manage their exit when it is due or when it's necessary.
Okay, so the question I asked, Peter, was that in recent times, the OT, Ninadi, that other faction have not been in the news as much as it's only Ninadi that we know that went to arise. Is it avoiding? Yes.
No, OT has been on the news.
The OT has been on the news, not on these political matters.
No, him and Abure have been throwing jab at
each other.
Okay, but
they still have food to eat. They know that.
But someone like Obi, you can't follow the pig to the mud and be rubbishing himself. I'm sure he's doing what he knows how to do. But that's one. Secondly, I can't lay my hands on the document now, but I'll try and find it. When Abure was accused in 2023 of siphoning Labour's money. And they clearly gave places that he built houses. I will try and lay my hands on the document, on this evidence, and they accused him of siphoning the party's money.
And those were even the accusations raised by Apapa.
I want to go there.
Apapa has raised those things before OT, Peter Obi, and the people that worked with Abure in 2023 moved on with Abure, and they were working with Abure.
Because it was pre-election.
Yeah, we have no new allegation before us.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying, if you are going for litigation, you go for litigation. If you have evidence like you're saying in your hand, let us pass through the process. That's why we have a court. Let it pass through the process. Just like I've said that it would be wrong for Abure to make this statement saying all of them if I open my mouth. You don't also do it to any other person.
You bring out.
That's why we have the court.
Don't carry it to the public space.
Don't. Even these days, people, you can see the other day. You mentioned Obidient. You can see the other day when Obidient was talking about EFCC, that thing you say money laundering. Don't go and place it because it's not true.
Yes.
He was saying it.
Yes.
Even being arrested without investigation, you are even indicting the person wrongly, because not everybody that saw the arrest will see that you arrested an innocent man. That's why we keep telling even our law enforcement agents, be done with your watertight investigation.
And facts.
There's nowhere in Nigeria you can't enter. There's no way. If it's a missing money, somebody said we use it to buy aircraft, we parked it in Maiduguri. You can go to Maiduguri to go and check whether the aircraft is there. You can ask who sold it without even arresting or talking.
In fact, you even have a connection.
You have links.
Exactly.
You have trail of the money.
Yes.
Why even arresting somebody when you do not have a watertight reason? It's only in Nigeria that is being done.
Yeah.
In winding down, closing, do you think Abure's leadership style is the best? He's supposed to be the leader of the party, trying to galvanize everybody, calming everybody down. But he's also acting as if he's struggling with leadership. Do you understand? They will always say things against the leader, but he's not been very proficient in his leadership skills.
I don't think that. I think he handled labor well during the election period.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not. Hold on.
Building my case.
Hold on.
Let me come.
Okay.
He did well. He did excellently well. When that issue came up, it was these same people that defended Abure against Apapa. So what has suddenly changed?
See, no, so I'm talking about now. What is talking about now? We don't have the time. We don't have the time.
Abure said something. Instead of being quiet, I've been hoping that there will be a reconciliation. That's leadership. I'm not looking for him. See, this is his last gap attempt to rescue himself. I didn't want to let this thing out, so that we hope of that tomorrow we will reconcile as a house.
Okay. To what extent do you think to what extent do you think a leader could hold back and not blow it up?
I don't know what you mean by hold back. If Asiwaju has 4 years, I'm coming.
If the party wants to stand,
let me tell you, yes. Asiwaju's election
yes.
in 2023 was contested through to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Meaning that not everybody that contested with him believed it was true and fair.
Yes.
It was free and fair, rather.
Yes.
So even at that, Asiwaju's tenure is 2027.
Yes.
As far as Asiwaju is 70, 2027, even why that election was contested, you can't classify it as holding back. I don't know what you mean by holding back in terms of Abure. There's only one thing. I kept saying it. He said that the convention that brought him in Oka was rightly done or wrongly done.
Okay, so
I'm coming. If it was rightly done, Abure is serving his tenure. If it was wrongly done, that convention should be challenged.
So the holding back that you don't understand, this is what I'm saying. There must be an arrowhead that leadership must rally around. Or that must bring people around. Yeah. What I'm saying is that do you think Abure is trying to come? Because the party is going to...
Let me finish. The party is going to be deserted. I'm coming, let me tell you. All the state chairmen, 36 state chairmen in Labour, if Abure called them for a meeting today, they just held one about last week, they will all come. All the chairmen of Labour Party in all the local government, if Abure called them meeting today, they will all come. All the chairmen in the wards, in Labour, where they have presence, if he calls them today, they will all come. When you mean this action, it's about the other people not within the party administration structure. Some feel Abure tenure is expired. Fine. Some feel the convention was rightly done. Even this convention, all OT commissioners were in Oka for that convention. OT himself was rightly represented by his deputy. Meaning that at that date, hold on.
We don't have time. Our time is
if you don't want your leader, you vote him out. Go through the election or quit in a party administration. It's called convention.
Okay, we will be looking at Labour. Definitely, the way Labour is right now, if they go into election as a divided house, we know there's not going to be Labour impact, because we're expecting that Labour should have increased from where it stopped to another level. But obviously, they have problems that they can't solve within themselves. We'll be looking at them and we'll be bringing you all the analysis as it goes by. We'll be right back on News Insight.